All right, well, the world premiere of a new production by Theater Horizon in Norristown is happening later this week. It's called Wishing to Grow Up Brightly, and it's loosely inspired by the life of Amanda Morton, a three-time Barrymore award-winning composer, lyricist, and music director. And guess what? We are so excited to welcome Amanda Morton to Philly Live today to tell us all about this new show. Amanda, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you are the lead artist and co-writer of this musical, and it is essentially inspired by your own personal life as a child born in South Korea and adopted by white parents here in the U.S. The story follows the main character, Amanda, and as she returns home to help her mother pack up their home after the death of her father. This is a scenario that so many families can relate to. What was it like for you to put this in a musical?
It was really cathartic. You know, I've worked in musical theater in some capacity for 25 years. I studied as a performer, and I've lived in this art form, and I think it's so unique, but I haven't seen this story. And I wanted to uplift the adoptee community and say, you are here, you exist, we love you, and we think that your personhood is valid too.
Yeah. What was the reaction from your own family?
I think that they were excited and a little surprised. And my mother, because of it's following the death of my father, I think it felt really nice that he would be having this tribute.
Yeah, and remembered in this way. I'm sure it's really special.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of themes expressed in this show, including how we may remember something differently than the way that it actually happened, right?
Absolutely. I became very obsessed with thinking about memory because I was adopted at 5.5 months old. I was looking for parts of myself that I didn't have a lot of evidence for. And so I had to rely on my mom and dad as primary sources. And for better or worse, some things felt accurate, some things didn't. I did get to go travel to South Korea because my uncle was a pilot, got us some vouchers.
Nice.
And when we went at that time in the 90s, there were no smartphones. We weren't documenting the things the same way. So this became a bit of an Indiana Jones quest, both inside and out of the story, to piece together what feels like a lost history.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, a good way to look at it. Rehearsals for this show are currently underway. What's your reaction been so far?
It's thrilling, and at the same time, sometimes I'm having this out-of-body experience watching my life. And people have asked me, oh, it must be so surreal. And it is surreal. But I think the purpose that I feel to put this on stage and be a lighthouse for other adoptees or just anybody to tell their story feels really important and, frankly, just thrilling.
Yeah. What's your favorite moment in the show or favorite memory that you've reflected back on when piecing this all together on the stage?
It comes in the form of this Korean culture camp I attended because I wanted it to be tragic comedy. I wanted people to be able to laugh. I call it laughing through tears, you know? And so I revisit this part of my childhood where I'm at a Korean cultural camp. And I think I've been surprised in rehearsal to realize how poignant and sweet and silly and sad that moment was. And I think it really encapsulates the heart of it, of having your parents trying to bestow the best intentions upon you, but not realizing that you're just fighting to fit in.
Yeah, that's a great topic right there. So we look at your life from childhood to adulthood. So those are the actors that are also reflected on stage too?
Yes, and so Sammy Ma, the very talented actor who portrays character Amanda, does inhabit that. We don't have young people portraying it, but she really jumps into that in a way that feels truthful. It doesn't feel like she's doing a portrait of a young person. Though my actual daughter, Parker Jean Tatoria, does make a bit of a voiceover cameo in it.
I love that. So great nuggets. All right. So once again, the musical is called Wishing to Grow Up Brightly. Opening night is this Saturday, November 8th at the Theater Horizon in Norristown. The show runs through November 23rd. You can also attend the Pay What You Want dress rehearsal this Wednesday, November 5th at 7:30 p.m. We've got more info on NBC10.com. Amanda Morton, thank you so much for being here on Philly Live.
Thank you for having me.
That's a pleasure. And have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.